Have Action Electrical bring home a win for you and your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
The future of female hockey is here. It's season 2 of the Female Super League, the first ever female-only independent hockey division in Western Canada, with teams from British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Featuring 16U, 14U, and 12U divisions, the FSL brings showcase weekends packed with thrilling games, and our 14U and 16U have been pioneering the advanced body checking rule, empowering young players. The Female Super League, where the best in female hockey takes center ice. Details at femalesuperleague.com.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Wilhauk beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Wilhauk beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Wilhauk beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win cups with salad.
He's the only person to win an arm wrestling contest with the Philly Fanatic. The Lowdown with Lowetide, now on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Down. Today's show, Oilers goaltender steals a win against the Jets. Now the Oilers have 3 goalies. What the hell? Plus, signing players July 1st is the Achilles hell of Oilers management. Tell me I'm wrong. The Lowdown is brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick, where everyone's a winner because of the Wish and Win event. You're guaranteed a minimum $500 bonus on your new vehicle purchase. Visit wolfgmcbuick.com. As you know, we are live on YouTube and Sports 1440. You can reach us online. Just tune in. iHeartRadio, sports1440.ca, and Radio Player Canada after the show. It's available on Apple and Spotify podcast, and we tweet it out on X. You can text or call anytime, 833-401-1440. That's 833-401-1440. On Twitter, we're at Lowetide, at Declan Krueger, at Jay Fenwick04, and at Donovan Paulson. We have declinations coming up, lots of talk, and of course we have the Roundtable, so there are 3 introductions. He is a Dungeons and Dragons rock and roller. Just last night, he played a Rouge duel, wielding knives, jumped off a roof while in stealth mode, and rolled 2 20s in a row. He was level 3, ended up doing around 40 damage. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Josh Fenwick. Josh Fenwick.
Real thing that happened. That is a real thing that happened. Not last night, but that definitely happened. Also, it's Rogue, not Rouge.
Oh, ooh. I didn't know.
Well, now you do. Now you do, because it's O-U-G-E, not O-O-G-U-E.
Oh, damn, you're right. Okay. Well,
this is Dungeons and Dragons, not the TFL.
In. All right. If he were a Dungeons and Dragons character, he would be Lord Soth, who had a chance to save millions by just compromising once and going along with the crowd. But he can't do that. He can't do that in Dungeons and Dragons, and he can't do that here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Donovan Paulson. Donovan Paulson.
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons in my life, but the non-compromising part, that was particularly
totally
accurate.
So
Absolutely.
what? Millions will die. You are going to be contrary.
Of course.
Yes.
You got to. You got to stand up for what you believe in.
Exactly.
And if millions have to pay the price, that's a small price to pay.
But it's their own damn fault. They were in the way.
Exactly.
One Roundtable day, we'll all play Dungeons and Dragons. That'll just be the Lowdown with Lowetide for 2 hours.
If he were a Dungeons and Dragons character, he would be the luminous being who is a mysterious supreme entity all answer to. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Declan Krueger. Declan Krueger.
Correct. How much, first of all, that Dungeons and Dragons thing, pardon my take, I actually did that during COVID, made for a cool segment there. How long did it take you to look into the characters?
Well, it's
to get
not
one.
research, but probably about 15 minutes.
Okay, I like that. Well, no, I think you did a great job.
It's
I'm
more
very
prep
happy
than
with
I did
mine.
on the rest of the show. All right. I want to start here because I am now, I said it on the air a while ago, and now I'm convinced of it. The Edmonton Oilers should not be able to sign free agents on July 1st. It always bites them in the ass. The general manager signs a bunch of guys who are famous, and then the coach can't find a role for them. They're signing skill guys, and I think promising them time with Draisaitl and McDavid. It doesn't work out. You end up signing Jack Roslovic, who does. So why bother? Just wait for like July the 14th, and then sign Roslovic, and you get him for $1 million, and you save all that money, and Daryl Cates can buy another golf course. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll start with you, Donovan.
Zach Hyman.
It wasn't July 1st, and it was supposed to be a trade. The only reason it wasn't is because Kyle Dubas wanted a better pick.
I know it technically was not July 1st, but it's the equivalent,
Okay.
right?
Even with that, I'm still going to say from Milan Lucic to Andrew Mangiapane, this team gets itself in so much trouble in free agency. They're okay when they make trades like Matthias Ekholm.
I think you can put some weight into that, but I think the area that you have to look at more is whoever is pro scouting these forwards. Because it's only been on forwards that they've missed.
Okay, Arvidsson is playing well in Boston now.
Yes.
Okay. Connor Brown's playing well.
Of course, but Connor Brown was great here too.
So
Corey Terry was great here
You're
too.
saying it's a pro scout thing. I'm saying it's a role thing.
I would
Andrew
agree.
Mangiapane is not going to be able to play the role he's being asked. And everybody gets mad at him, and they're going to trade him now. But what he's being asked to do is not his wheelhouse. It should be for Frederick, but it isn't for Mangiapane.
The reason I say it's a scout thing is, as a scout, I think you need to understand your team and understand what the void you're trying to fill is and what player is going to fill said void. They just haven't clicked on filling the voids that this team needs with what works for coaching, what works for roles. Like there's a disconnect somewhere between, in my mind, scouting, coaching, all of that in terms of getting players to fit the certain role.
On April 2nd, I believe it was, the Edmonton Oilers signed a college kid named Quinn Hudson. I'd rather they go out and sign 2 more college kids than anybody on July 1st. Screw that noise. When July 1st comes, if I'm on the radio, I'm going to say the Oilers signed this guy. I'm so sorry to he and his family. They're coming to Edmonton to be disappointed. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not. You got one example, Hyman. And that even was a stretch because they were trying to trade for him.
Connor Brown worked out okay.
Connor Brown worked out okay. Connor Brown worked out more than okay. I mean,
the first year he didn't.
Yeah, but like Connor Brown was coming back from a major injury. That was more the Oilers' fault than anything for giving him as much money as they did.
And again, I'm mad at the general manager, not Connor Brown.
So you're telling me you wouldn't, if the Oilers signed Alex Tuck on July 1st, you would be mad?
No, but I tell you what, they should trade for him now and then sign him before July 1st. I'm okay with that.
If they sign Nick Schmaltz, which I wouldn't be all over Nick Schmaltz myself. I don't think he'd be a perfect fit.
But understand, the Oilers are born under a bad sign when they sign somebody on July 1st. If Schmaltz come here, he's not going to do well.
I don't know. I think that's
like hokey.
It's just not right. Like
it's right. It's go look from Lucic to now. It's the same thing.
It's the organization's process. I don't think it's
we got a famous guy. We'll better sign him. And because we're Northern City, let's sign him to a bunch of money for a long time and give him a no movement clause. I'm right on this. I am. You can say all day I'm not. I am. And another thing, I want to talk about the Green Bay Packers quarterbacks. Okay. We'll move on to the next subject. Mangiapane says he's open to trades. He got healthy scratched. What do you want for Mangiapane? Like, what would you like to have in return for? It's going to be Mangiapane in a second, in 2036. The Oilers are becoming the NBA now. They traded a 2029 pick recently.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to come back? I want Tuck.
Feels like a pipe dream.
That's a pipe
Monty's
dream.
going the other way, with all due respect.
No, but you're going to overpay for it. You're going to get Tuck, pay full price for Tuck, and then overpay because Mangiapane's going with him.
So you're saying it would be like a full bore?
I'm saying it
for
would be
Tuck, and then it would be Mangi
right.
in a second as
it's
well.
like,
I don't know if they
It's Ike Howard and a first-round pick in the future for Tuck, and then you overpay for Mangiapane to go.
So you're given a first, Ike, Mangi, and a second.
Something like that.
For Tuck.
Well, keep in mind, Andrew Mangiapane sort of decides where
He wants to go where he can play. He'll play in Buffalo.
He would
Although
play
they're
in
playing
Buffalo,
well.
but
do you want to play in Buffalo?
Exactly.
What's wrong with Buffalo? Is
They
it like
stay
North
well.
Battleford?
Now, the Buffalo Sabres have won 9 in a row and
they've
have
played
been unbelievable as of late, but
Okay, let's trade him to a team that's no good, but he'll play a lot. Toronto.
yeah. And that is the team I think everybody's circling for the right reasons. They were in on him in the offseason. Brad Treliving's the GM, knows him really well, knows the type of player, probably can work him in a way that he'll fit in Toronto. And the Leafs have a lot of non-productive forwards. So do I think the return would be anything the Oilers would be remotely interested in? No. But honestly, you're getting cap space. And that's all you should be interested in.
You're going to have to send a sweetener over, though, right?
Of course. You send a sweetener to get your
and
cap
get
space.
Stetcher back.
I don't think you get Stetcher. I think you just get nothing.
Could you imagine if future considerations. Mangiapane for future
It's the same
considerations.
thing you did with Arvidsson.
Yeah.
You just get future consideration.
It just happened with Connor Ingram, right? It does happen.
Yeah.
No.
It's just cap space. That's if you're the Oilers, you just wipe your hands clean and say, there's our cap space back.
We've got all kinds of roundtable time today. I'm not going to use all the ammo in this one, but I do want to ask you this. 3 goalies have played well recently for the Oilers. Is there any possibility in hell that they keep these 3 goalies? Because there are teams who are struggling right now. If you put one on waivers, chances are they'd get picked up.
Ingram can play 10 games, right? As the emergency recall.
9 games.
9 games and get sent back without going through waivers. So I say just play him 8 and send him back down because Jari should be healthy by then.
But don't
run Jari in picks. See what you have in picks when he gets his.
But what if
spot
Ingram's
starts.
better than than one of the other?
I
two?
think Ingram is better than Calvin Pickard. But I'm just saying, like I would do that until Pickard gives me a reason to finally, with all due respect, wash my hands of
Well, he
him and
played
say
brilliantly last
That's
night.
what I'm saying. Exactly.
If Max Jones doesn't make that terrible play, he shuts him up.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, do that. Let him, get his 1 start every 3 games. And when he really starts to fall off, because I don't think Calvin Pickard's very good anymore, although he played very well last night and he has played better.
He's a little bit all over, though.
Can't do that.
Connor Ingram has such calm feet. By the way, your team signed their goalie, your
I
backup
saw
goalie
that
today. Yeah.
Could be worse, could be better. Like how low it is.
Oh, also Lowetide, if you wanted to retweet the show tweet, we would get more viewers.
I'm busy over here getting mad at you guys.
You're the best.
I think I think once you have a clear timeline on when Jari's back, listen, if Pickard is playing well, you might be able to trick a front office into being like, oh man, we could sure use a Calvin Pickard who's been playing real well for the last 7 straight games or whatever.
No one's gonna buy that.
No, I think somebody's gonna end up on waivers. I think that's somebody's.
And I think it'll be Cal.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
Oh yeah,
it's got to
Pick
be
is
Cal.
gone. Pick is the one out.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to go on record. The Flames are doing it wrong. Conroy's doing it wrong. Rasmus Anderson should be traded by now.
Rasmus Anderson should be traded by now. I mean, this is the whole Jacob Markstrom conversation over again. They should have traded him in the offseason when his value was much, much higher. They go into the season with him, and then they traded him on like January 3rd or something, random day, and he hadn't been playing particularly well up to that point. It was like you should have dealt him in the summer to a team that needed a goaltender, and you could have got more back. They like to sit on their assets for much longer than they should.
So I will say I don't think it particularly matters when you trade Rasmus Anderson because look at the season he's having.
Oh, he's elite. He's elite.
Rasmus Anderson is having an incredible season.
And when he breaks his leg?
Well, that would be the argument for trading him earlier. But I would just look at and point to look at where Rasmus Anderson is in terms of his numbers on that team. Like Rasmus Anderson on a terrible team is still +2. He has 25 points in 39 games. The names that surround him, Adam Fox is 1 point in front of him. Erik Karlsson a point in front. Jake Sanderson's 2 points up on him. Dahlin's only 3. He's right in the company of the elite offensive defenseman, and he's having for me, the best season of his career.
Even if you make the playoffs, you're not going anywhere.
Of course, but you trade him at the deadline. That is to me when you're going to get the most for him.
If you trade him now and play Wolf a lot, you're going to end up picking higher.
I wait till the deadline because that is when you're going to have a little bit more clarity and the most teams are going to be interested. And when you have as good of a season as Rasmus Anderson's having right now, you're going to have everybody and their mother picking up the phone around trade deadline, and you're going to see a massive, massive haul, provided he stays healthy, of course.
I think when you go that far with an asset that everyone knows you're going to trade, you only diminish the value the longer you hold on to it. Because it's like we said we're going to get rid of this guy, and then everyone's like, okay, well, you're going to get rid of him. We'll give you X. And it's like, okay, well, that's not good enough. It's like, all right. And then he leaves in free agency and you get nothing.
Right now, he's down Dante. He's Bo Bichette. And you got to get something for him. And right now, you could get a lot. You could.
I think you can get a lot at the deadline.
You can get a ton at the Look at the other defensemen.
Yeah,
I mean, if he's hurt,
available. If he's hurt, you can't. But that, like,
if you send him now, then you lose a bunch of games. You pick 5th overall.
Look at the defenseman available and tell me that you're not going to get an absolute boatload for Rasmus Anderson.
I understand that, but he's got to stay healthy. And right now, I understand they're selling hope in Calgary. And by the way, hell of a game yesterday. I love watching Calgary. Man, they work hard.
They're kind of
grinders
fun to watch. Yeah,
they really are. They're just a blast. The logo's too big, but other than that, they're good.
No, perfect size.
And, they might want to trade one of their goalies, too, because goalies are in need across the league.
Like, Al, look at the defenseman available right now. Like, who are teams going to acquire at the deadline? Tony DeAngelo?
Well, it depends who falls out, right?
John Klingberg? I'm looking at the free agents right now on Puckpedia. Like, you're not going to acquire a Colorado guy who's an upcoming UFA, obviously. No. Like, it's basically Rasmus Anderson. Darren Radish is going nowhere. You could acquire Tony DeAngelo or John Klingberg.
I would make the move now if I were them.
I think you wait and hold out for a monster.
You don't think you could get a monster now?
Well, but you'll just have so much more clarity as to who's a playoff team.
Let's pick a team because, Dallas has a great defense. But what's a good team that has a chance to win a Stanley Cup? That would want to get
Carolina.
ahead.
I was gonna say Carolina.
So then Carolina, they want to get ahead of the race, which they did a year ago with Colorado. It didn't work out, but they did. I mean, I would probably go. Now.
To Donovan's point, like I see maybe respectfully like 6 teams in the NHL that can win a Stanley Cup. I don't think Colorado needs him. I don't think Dallas needs him. I don't think Minnesota needs him. I don't think he's getting traded to Edmonton. That kind of leaves Carolina. Like I'm not saying they can absolutely control the situation, but it feels like they're in a pretty great position as far as contending teams trading for a number 1 D-man at the deadline.
I would agree with you, except that general managers constantly think they're in it when they're not. So I think it's not more than those teams that will be trying for it.
I just think you limit the amount of teams that you can trade to when you trade this early.
What about the Wild?
Do they need him?
They don't need him.
I mean,
what about it? Well, that'd be what? A 3rd good defenseman? A 4th good defenseman?
5th.
5th. Yeah, all right.
Who do you count?
Maybe they
don't.
On the Wild?
Yeah.
I love Brodin, love Spurgeon. I mean, Quinn Hughes and Brock Faber.
Okay. I thought you were going to go deeper than
that's
that.
a good number.
I'm with you on that.
You have probably the best top 4 in the NHL.
That's good.
But you can have the best top 5.
That's my sneaky cup pick.
Do you guys remember Bill Guerin as a player? You don't. Bill Guerin, he was injured one time. He was playing for Dallas. He was injured. And he was out on the ice practicing on this just rink that had like lights. It was enclosed in a building. And there were 2 guys on the ice, Guerin and some guy who was rehabbing AHL guy or whatever. The AHL guy, I don't know what he said or did to Bill Guerin. Bill Guerin just absolutely clobbered him. Guerin was a warrior. If the Oilers could get 1998 Bill Guerin on Connor McDavid's line, I think they'd win the Stanley Cup. I think they can win when they get Tuck as well. All right. So what's coming up on Declinations today, and why is it Hi, My Name Is, and why is it a hockey player?
I don't actually know who it is yet. I'm going to decide based on, how I feel I'm treated throughout the course of the show.
I called you
but
whatever the wonder thing.
I actually did want to kind of put this one out to the text line because we listen.
Luminous being, I called you.
I know, it was so nice. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Listen, love or hate this segment, we got like the most interaction all show on the text line from people guessing, and that was generally when I gave the 7 clues. So, I would like to put it out. Like, I know you guys like the 20 questions method better. I like that one better as well. But if the listeners like the 7 clues,
I think you come off as more of a dink if you give the clues. So
yeah, because this way, like, I'm absolved of responsibility a little bit. You guys, it's choose your own adventure. It's like an old Goosebumps book. Flip to page 54.
If it's a defenseman named Figueroa, we're coming after you. We ride.
I'll figure something out.
All right.
Maybe a baseball player.
Okay, we've got the round table with these jack-o'-lanterns. Today on the Lowetide blog, which I write every day, I had an article called Born Under Punches, which is a Talking Heads song. And I promoted the show this way. On the Lowdown today, it's the round table with Declan Krueger, Donovan Paulson, and Josh Fenwick. It's like watching Rock and Rolla, and I'm Lenny Cole being dropped into the Thames. Good fun. We begin at noon, and they start lowering me right from the start. Tell me that's not the show.
I literally did start lowering you right from the start. I said it was Rogue, not Rouge.
Yeah.
But that's because you don't know how to spell. Embarrassing for the guy who's a writer.
Well, you know what? You're right. And that's why Israel is the best editor in the history of time. My editor at The Athletic.
Follows me on Twitter. Great guy.
Oh, man. Love him. Okay. On the way, rumors. Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube.
Mr. Rooter decorates a gingerbread house.
Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Here's the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
He's the same on the triples as the stolen base.
Maybe next year's boat have a stolen base.
That's wishful thinking.
Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 on Twang Tuesday, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. Now, I will tell you, it is so pleasant outside today. Started the other day, but after what we went through, I'm like, oh my God. And even though it's hard to get a parking spot and there's a lot of mushy snow out there, I'm quite enjoying the weather change. How about you boys?
No, not at all. This is the worst. It's slushy and wet and filthy everywhere.
I knew
I almost got stuck yesterday in our parking lot.
One of you would disagree with me, but I was expecting it to be Donovan.
The weather's lovely.
There you go.
The results of the weather, terrible, but the weather itself, lovely.
Hot take, I actually like it when it's snowing. So
I'll tell you, dogs love this. I got 2 dogs that are loving it.
I'm sure you're not loving it because they roll around outside and then they bring all that junk inside.
Clifford, the big one, doesn't. He's well-trained. My dog, Siggy, is like all about, I'm going to bring as much crap in here as I can, and drop it on here and move along. Oh, well.
Our dog does that. She has a little spot by where we used to have our rhubarb plants. So it's all mud. And our parents keep trying to tell her she can't go in there.
Yeah.
And she does anyways, so it's very warm.
Dogs are like teenagers. You tell them not to do something, they immediately go do that. It is time for Rumors, brought to you by Great Canadian Solar. We believe you should create your own electricity. Let's build a brighter, sustainable future with GreatCanadianSolar.com. A few things I didn't mention, but I wanted to mention Ryan Nugent-Hopkins getting into a fight last night. A lot of the guys on my blog said that changed the game and changed the momentum. I don't necessarily believe that, but I have to believe that a guy who's been in the league since 2011 and is honestly, 5'10" and 175, he engages in fights more often than people think he does. And he's also pretty good at it. He doesn't get hammered, I was just so impressed he took the fight.
I mean, he does it every 3 years.
Yeah.
I actually predicted it in the Calgary game. But I was wrong, and I was a game too early. I was disappointed last night that I didn't get it right. But no, Nuge, he hammered Justin Hall.
Yeah.
He destroyed Sean Monahan, if you remember correctly, again in that Battle of Alberta. It was beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
It was a great fight.
No.
He's a shockingly good fighter for his stature.
Well, I think it's because he's smart. He's like Declan. He doesn't have much, physically going on, but he's a smart fighter.
He picks his fights.
Yeah.
He picks his spots, and he picks guys that he feels like there's a chance that maybe he could win. He doesn't go and beat up. He doesn't go pick on the big guy.
He did well. I was impressed.
He did.
I was impressed. He was Neil. He's a Pionk, right? Yeah.
I think a Pionk is kind of a sturdy guy.
He's been tough on the Oilers over the years, man. He always plays them well. The Oilers play Boston tomorrow night. That's my favorite team to go watch play. I've watched them many times over many, many years, beginning in the 80s. And they never failed to deliver an interesting hockey game. Everything doesn't win them all, but it's always an absolute burner. I watched them last night. They're way better than I thought they'd be this year. They really are. Give credit to management and coaching staff. What do you think about tomorrow night? Do you think that's a game that they have? Because if they close it out, they'll have 10 wins in December, which is not a big deal, except it's a really big deal when you need those wins.
I think there's a good chance. I mean, we've seen them go on, win 2, lose 1. So naturally, they won 1. You got to win another one to win 2, lose 1. That's what they've done all month.
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, Krueger keeps keeping track of it, and every time I think San Jose and the Oilers, they can't do 4.
St. Louis. St. Louis hasn't won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they are in the standings where they are, considering they still have not won 3 in a row.
It really is.
Like, if you were to told me the Oilers wouldn't win 3 in a row by the time we hit January, I would have said, you're joking. You're just not serious. And here we are. They can't stop winning 2 in a row and losing 1.
Since the trade of Stuart Skinner for Tristan Jarry, the Edmonton Oilers are, I think, 6-3-0. The 5-on-5 save percentage is the reason I use 5-on-5 is because penalty killing is a small sample and teams go on hot and cold streaks. And sometimes it doesn't even matter who's in goal. So 5-on-5 is the most level playing field that I can find. In those games, the best save percentage is Calvin Pickard. He's at .934 5-on-5 save percentage, followed by Connor Ingram at .915, and Tristan Jarry is at .904. Jarry has won all 3 of the games he played in. That's not bad. So do we give flowers and kudos to Stan Bowman? Do we say the sample size is too small and it'll screw up because that's the way of the world for the Oilers? Or do we say, man, I hope, I wish I had Stuart Skinner back here and I had some cap room for the deadline.
Have you checked on Stuart Skinner's numbers?
No, I haven't.
They're bad.
They're appalling.
Is it worse than the other guy? Because I saw a game the other night when I can't remember who was in net, but it wasn't Skinner, and they seem to have stepped into the.
He loves, you mean?
Yeah.
He loves. Well, I'll get you his 5-on-5 save percentage, because I'll tell you his actual save percentage since becoming a Pittsburgh Penguin is .831.
It's honestly vindication for anyone who's an anti-Skinner guy.
It is.
Well, it's a small
really
sample, boys, but
he's not very good.
He's not that good. Yeah. He's showing you
now that he's in Pittsburgh, we're allowed to say it a little more freely, but
he's showing you kind of what he. Some people thought he always has been, and
not in his rookie year. He had a hell of a rookie year.
He did.
Calder nominee.
The thing about rookie goaltending, and the reason I'm hesitant to give all the props to a guy like Jesper Wallstedt, is you're a rookie goalie, and you've got to show it to me for 2 seasons before I buy into it fully.
I agree totally. I say 3 years because I think that's an established level of ability. But you're absolutely right. You have to do it for longer than that.
You can't just, and 1 year is good for saying, like, look at a guy like, even I'll flash it back to the Hamburglar. He was a revelation for 1 season. Remember Andrew Hammond?
Yeah,
the Hamburglar.
Yeah,
he came
picked
in
up a hamburger and ate it.
Yes, I think so. If I remember the story,
I can't remember now.
Andrew Hammond came up for the Ottawa Senators, and he was a revelation for 1 season. And then everybody got the book on him, and his career was over. That's goaltending in a nutshell. When they have the book on you, if you can survive once they eventually get the book on you, then that's when I can say you're a good NHL goaltender.
Just like pitchers too in baseball.
Exactly.
Right?
It's a small sample, and when they don't know what to do on you, you're going to have some success. And when they do know what to do on you, if you can still have that level of success, then I'll give you all the props in the world.
Perplexed Oilers fans said, I absolutely love a Mangiapane plus late pick for a Jack Finley trade. Questionable Scholar says, hey, LT, in regards to a return for Mangiapane, I think you need to look for other teams who underperformed in their assets. Jake DeBrusk was recently healthy scratched. Vancouver is in need of scoring wingers. The money is close, enough to work around. If I'm completely off base here, I like DeBrusk a lot. I think his value is higher.
Speaking of Jake DeBrusk, his girlfriend unfollowed me on Instagram when she started dating him. So
sorry to hear that, man. That sucks.
So she was like, okay, that was somebody I might have dated, but now I'm.
Well, I don't know about that. She is, as you would expect,
a fox.
Very pretty. But it definitely stung when I got hit with the Insta unfollow.
Oh,
it's tough scenes there.
Are we allowed to call Andrew Mangiapane a scoring winger still?
Well, I mean, he did it in Calgary, so maybe we would say he scores when he's in Calgary, unless it's a road trip this year.
Yeah, I guess so, because what did he have with Washington? 12 goals or something?
Yeah, it was a depth role, but he was playing depth minutes too. So
it's true, and now he's playing depth minutes now. But what's to say he's not going to get depth minutes on Vancouver?
True. Flames have signed Devin Cooley to a 2-year extension. I really respect what the Flames do in goal. They've done over their entire being since 1980. Calgary joined the NHL from Atlanta a year after the Oilers got their NHL franchise. And really, goaltending has been front and center, not just Kiprusoff, but even before and certainly after. They've done a really good job of identifying goaltenders, and they have 2 now who have bright futures. So good on them. And also, because I'm sitting in Edmonton broadcasting Oilers fans, to hell with them too. But I really do respect what they do there.
In case you're wondering, Stuart Skinner's 5-on-5 save percentage as a Penguin, .891.
That's terrific. Nothing wrong with that.
There has been 66 goalies that have played in the last, this is since December 16th.
Mm-hmm.
I just did that to give Stuart Skinner the 3 games that he's played as a Penguin. He is 47.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's about what he is. I think he's a mid-level goaltender, and I've always said that.
Nothing wrong with that. Ooh.
No, it isn't. Maple Leafs have recalled Matt Benning. You remember Matt Benning used to play here? His entire family are former NHL scouts. Not really, but it's kind of close like that. Bruins have shown interest in Matthias Michelli. Interesting.
Yikes.
I know. What are you going to do, right? Like, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, is that what they're still called?
That's what
That's what everyone calls them, yeah.
Anthony Rendon, he's being bought out, but they've restructured the contract so they don't have to pay all of it. They can pay it down the line.
Good call. I can't believe I just said that about something the Angels did.
Yeah, they've looked bad with that trial that was going on, and
it's just a mess over there in the Los Angeles area of Anaheim.
It's speaking of messes, Northwestern is going to hire Chip Kelly as the OC.
Dude, shout out.
Love it, man. Hey, Chip, remember when you screwed up the Eagles? Had Howie in some kind of desk job? I'm telling you, man, I do not forgive that.
He never should have left Ohio State last year. Like, he won a national championship as the OC. He had that OC absolutely flying. He had the best wide receiver in college football in Jeremiah Smith. He never should have left for the NFL. Like, I don't know what in his mind made him think that the Raiders were just an infinitely more attractive position than Ohio State. Like, he was probably making a couple $1 million a year. You were going to be in contention for a national title every year. Like, why would you leave that? I get you want to be a head coach in some capacity again, but man, like, I think that was a short-sighted decision. And now he's basically starting from zero with this program.
And what he did with the Raiders in his time there this season was truly appalling.
Dude, it's like, can you even coach football?
Like, I don't know what his goal was. It was, I don't know if you've ever if you see those that guy on YouTube, what's his name, like Benchwarmer Bran or whatever, where he did this little short video on Chip Kelly, and it was like, how do you plan to use Ashton Genty? I don't. How do you plan to use Brock Bowers? Almost never. And it's like, you have 2 great offensive players. You have this first-round running back, and it's just, at the start of the year, it was just, I don't know, let's get him out there 50% of the snaps. Let's just throw him out there occasionally. Let's not use him as a pass catcher whatsoever. There was, I don't know, that was just one of the funniest things ever, was watching that Raiders team try and function. I thought they would be somewhat competent. I was dreadfully wrong.
We all did.
I said 8 wins.
So did I.
Yeah.
I remember when he got the Eagles job, and they would take 14 seconds to score a touchdown, and then the defense would come out, and there'd be a 5-minute grinding set of downs for the other team, and they'd get a touchdown. And then Chip Kelly'd have the Eagles come out and score a touchdown in 1 minute. And then the defense would come out and by the third quarter, the Eagles defense is like, yeah, we're hurt. And they would lose because the defense was on the field all the time. And you think I'm making it up, and I'm not. By the way, do I want to even, I just saw the headline. I don't want to talk about it unless it's not terrible.
Steph Diggs.
Yeah. I'm looking at the headline, and I just think we should avoid it.
I'm going to find said headline now.
It is not good. He has been arrested for charged. I have the ESPN headline right here. Facing felony charge of strangulation, misdemeanor charge of assault stemming from a incident on December 2nd.
Is that with
I don't think it is with Megan Thee Stallion.
Cardi B.
I was going to say Cardi.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion is with
Clay
Thompson.
Dog. This just brings up the old video from the locker room of, who's the last guy you'd let date your sister?
Every Viking
answers Steph Diggs. I think we've given enough to that.
When the season's over, did the Raiders fire Pete Carroll?
I think Pete Carroll might retire.
I don't think they'd fire him.
He's got a Dick Vermeil feel to him, right? Like he's done.
Doesn't have a lot to work with. Actually, maybe he kind of does.
I
don't know.
We just talked about what he all had to work
maybe
with.
You're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Like we're not exactly saying that the last couple of years of him and with him and Russ were great in Seattle. He got a good year out of Geno, but I wouldn't exactly say his last year there was particularly good either. So I don't know. I think maybe
he just really loves coaching.
Yeah, I think at a certain point you just get a little old, and when you're coaching, and maybe that's what this is.
Finally, I saw a video not long ago, a few minutes ago, of Corbin Carroll hitting a triple in 10.87 seconds. So I want you, honestly, all of us, to give your opinion about how long it would take you to hit a triple running as fast as you could. I will start 3 days.
We're talking about like I've made contact with the bat,
and now you got to go
with the ball. I mean, and now I have to get to third
as
base.
soon as the ball is hit and in play, the clock starts.
How many feet is that? 270 feet?
As the crow flies.
Right, because it's 90.
Didn't want to do the math.
Right, it's 90 feet from distance from each base, right?
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Except
Okay.
in Los Angeles, where the Anaheim Angels play.
Yeah.
How long? 10.87 for the Carroll is a burner.
Carroll's a burner. I feel like I could maybe do it in
27 seconds.
I was gonna say 25, 20.
Oh, I'm
24,
faster
25.
than Donnie, so 22.
You're
seconds.
definitely not faster than me.
I'm faster than you.
Okay, now
Donnie.
the real answer comes from Declan, which it'll be 8 seconds, but go ahead.
No, I think I could do it in. I'm more of a distance runner. No, I think I could do it. I think I could do it in like 20.
All right. I could do it in less than 13 days if there was an ambulance at the first, second, and third base. All right. I thought that was pretty cool. All right. We've gone through a break. This is ridiculous. These guys. We'll take a break. On the way, more Oilers talk. I want to talk a little bit about Calvin Pickard, where Mangiapane may go, and this 3 goaltender situation. Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube.
Hold up. Are you pulling my beard? Booster Juice has 2 new booster balls for the holidays this year.
That's right, Santa. The Eggnog Booster Ball and Caramel Pecan Pie Booster Ball are 2 new flavors to put some extra jingle in your step. So are you a pie guy, Santa, or a nod guy?
Both!
Good call. That's extra jolly. Happy holidays from your friends at Booster Juice. Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
Everyone's a winner during Wish and Win at Wolf GMC Buick. But hurry, it ends January 2nd. Every single customer is guaranteed at least a $500 bonus with a chance to save up to $25,000 towards a new GMC or Buick. At Wolf GMC Buick, we also have 0% financing up to 84 months on most of our popular SUVs and trucks. And we're clearing out remaining 25s, including cash discounts up to $10,000 on a great selection of Sierra HDs. But hurry in now, it ends January 2nd. Wolf GMC Buick, where everyone wins.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
I'm tired of waking up tired. Waking up tired. Yeah, waking up tired.
Are you tired of waking up tired? Come visit our sleep experts at the Brick Mattress Store. Get Canada's guaranteed lowest prices on all things sleep. Plus, try your new mattress for 6 months. If you don't love it, we'll find one you do. Some conditions apply. Stop waking up tired. Get the right mattress guaranteed. Only at the Brick Mattress Store.
I'm Grant Fedork from Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and people who suffer brain fog might think it's just going to be part of their life. But listen, I've seen a 38-year-old man managing a concussion read her kid a bedtime story without losing the plot, all because of cognitive rehab that rewires the brain like a GPS reboot. Your brain isn't broken, it's buffering. One missed beat in focus, memory, or balance snowballs into frustration, falls, or forgotten keys. Stroke, concussion, long COVID, even aging can all lead to brain fog. Cognitive rehab works. Check us out at leadingedgephysio.com before your next "where'd I put my phone" moment.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Welcome 2026 with a bang at Rogers Place. It's the Oil Kings New Year's Day fireworks frenzy.
Your Edmonton Oil Kings look to take down their arch rivals, the Red Deer Rebels.
It's a special 2 p.m. New Year's Day puck drop featuring a spectacular on-ice fireworks display after the game.
Plus, score Kelmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. The value is king-sized.
Oil Kings fireworks frenzy, Thursday at 2. Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20.
Save on day of game pricing now at oilkings.ca.
Here's the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
$12:45. This is the Lowdown, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. Check them out, wolfgmcbuick.com. It is Twang Tuesday. We have, lots to talk about. The Oilers won last night. They were outplayed. I think we can give Calvin Pickard most of the credit for the win. Max Jones responsible for both 5-on-5 goals, for and against. And we got news that Andrew, I don't know why I keep calling him Andrew Jones is up for the Hall of Fame in baseball. Maybe that's it. But Andrew Mangiapane is open to waiving his no trade, and being dealt to a team that will play him a lot. And the Oilers need that because they've got Jari, Wallman, and Kapanen coming back, and they'll need to clear some space. So we've been talking about what they would want, and we agree that, you might have to sweeten it. It might be Mangiapane and a second for a third, for instance. But the idea is that they can move him if he's open to it and amenable, and it appears as though he is. So my next question is this. We talked about the goaltending earlier, and the Oilers have bled a lot of young assets, and that includes prospects, but also draft picks. If it came to it, and let's say Pickard's value is lower, but Ingram's high, played well enough that you might get something legit for him. Would you consider trading the better goalie, the second goalie, or do you just run with what you have?
No, I don't think you consider trading the better goalie. You're the Oilers.
You're trying to win the Stanley.
You're trying to win the Stanley Cup.
Right.
It's not about winning in the margins. You're not the Tampa Bay Rays in baseball. You're not a peasant team. You're trying to win the Stanley Cup. You're going all out, and you're keeping the guys who give you the best chance to win.
So Donovan, would the Calgary Flames be a peasant team?
Yes.
They're a peasant team.
They are a peasant team.
Clearly a bunch of peasants.
How dare you?
They've got 2 channels, and they live in a trailer out in a field, like Forrest Gump's girlfriend.
She lived in a house at the end before she died.
That was sad. And then his mom died. It's my time.
His mom died before his girlfriend, to be fair.
She did a lot for Forrest.
And Jen A did a lot too, Forrest.
Jen A.
Jen A.
Wow. It was pretty good.
That was.
You've seen it.
My
300
friend's
times.
name is Jen. I call her Jen A.
I bet she loves that.
No, not particularly.
Okay, there's Ira posts on my blog a lot. Like, I mean, a lot. And he's a lawyer. He got a lot of free time. And he's talking about this idea that Ingram's games that he's playing are under emergency recall. Apparently, Hart from Puckpedia says that's not true. The original 2013 CBA says games played while on regular recall do not count towards the 10 NHL games played while on emergency recall. That said, we're in a situation now, I think the 3 we can agree qualify, right? But if Jari gets back, they might have to send him down after like 3 more games if they play Pickard a lot. Or make him, vulnerable to waivers.
I think this ends the same way either way.
They better be clear on it, though.
Cal Pickard, bye-bye.
Yeah, but he's so popular. I mean, we were earlier he was going to get waived, and they were going to call up Ingram, and then the players said, no, we love him. So,
I mean, like, if you want to choose friendship over a Stanley Cup, be my guest, but,
Well, the coach is doing everything he can to get the top 2 lines going, and not a lot for the 3rd and 4th lines. You could move Nuge and Podkolzin down and have a reasonable 3rd line tomorrow night.
You're not moving Podkolzin. Dry likes him too much.
And Nuge is playing well on the McDavid line. I get it. I understand it. But it would be nice to have this team. I wrote about it today, The Athletic. This team right now is a championship caliber team in the top 2 lines, and they're an expansion caliber team, 3rd and 4th lines. And they haven't, we're well into the season now, and they don't have Corey Perry. Henrique is now a 4th line center. We can agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they don't want to play Nuge on 3rd line. And they want to get a 3rd line center, but they ran out of money and the engine blew as far as the cap is concerned.
Does this get easier when Kapanen's back?
Well, it might, because he is a dynamic, and people hate that word, but he's a good skater. He is, Gregor's talked to him, done interviews with him, and he is more consistent than he was like a year ago. He had a hell of a playoff. Maybe he could play on the 3rd line with a good center that they acquire at the deadline. I don't know, but it does give them an extra body that's not, we have to read the tea leaves and find out in our minds who the coach believes in. He didn't believe in Noah Phil.
I think rightfully so.
He doesn't believe in Mangiapane. He has a tremendous amount of belief in Trent Frederick. I will give him credit for that. But if you look at these lines, and I follow it really closely, they're not sure about their centers. They just aren't on the 3rd and 4th line, but they are holding steady with Nuge on the top line on the left wing.
So, all right, let's say Kapanen comes back. He goes down to the 3rd line. What if you move Roslovic up to the top wing with McDavid, drop Nuge down to
I'd love it.
Center?
I love that idea. Roslovic is not a big guy, but neither is Savoy. I mean, if they run McDavid with Roslovic and Hyman, and Draisaitl with Podkolzin and
Savoy,
then I think they could run Nuge with 2 reasonably good wingers.
Yeah.
And if not, boys, they might have to trade Ike Howard at the deadline.
I think all will kind of be revealed here over the course of the season. I don't think they're in as dire straits as some people might necessarily believe here.
On the 3rd and 4th lines, you mean?
Well, they right now
3
they
games
are.
in a row all season.
For right now they are, but once this team is healthier, I think it'll kind of figure itself out.
The other thing I want to talk about today, and we're heavy on the Oilers now, we're number 1, but are we reaching a point where when Wallman gets healthy, we might see Wallman Stastny on the 2nd pair and Nurse on the 3rd pair?
Do you imagine paying a guy $9.5 million to play on your 3rd pair?
I mean, it looks bad, but you're trying to win the Stanley Cup. I know it's like, oh my God, you're paying $9.25, but if you're trying to win the Stanley Cup, they have a hell of I like Nurse, but they have a hell of a time finding a partner for him to play against the elites. And he's played better lately. Don't get me wrong. But I look at Puck IQ, and he plays a lot against elites. And you might want to have him check down just a little and it might help the team become more successful.
It's maybe the right idea. I haven't, just like you, Deck, I haven't really thought about that. I don't know. I guess that depends here on how Nurse Stastny continues to look, assuming that that's kind of your idea you're going to roll with if you're Chris Knobloch. I don't know what they're going to do. They've got a lot of options that they can run out there on that blue line. I mean, we know Alec Regula is going to get a chance to kind of show himself again after the obviously costly turnover they had the other night against Calgary, but
well, they didn't play Stillman much.
I don't know what they're going to do. I like the way that it's constructed.
But here's the fault line right now. Against elite competition at 5-on-5 this year, 266 minutes for Matthias Ekholm, 265 for Evan Bouchard, 250 for Darnell Nurse, and then 139 for Kulak, 115 for Emberson, 108 for Wallman, who's been hurt, and 103. So the fault line is after Nurse. The top three are well ahead, and obviously Kulak has been traded, and that's part of it. But what I'm suggesting is that you run with the top guys, Ekholm and Bouchard, and then you don't have to take all the minutes away from Nurse, but you might be able to like take three guys, Nurse, Wallman, Stastny, and maybe divide up all those minutes so nobody is overexposed.
Probably, it's a good idea if you don't truly believe in certain guys.
Well, it's not, the possession number is called Dangerous Fenwick. And I don't want to get into this too hard because I know there's some on the panel that aren't believers in that. But the Dangerous Fenwick for Ekholm Bouchard is 54%. And for Nurse, it's 48%. And these are these are over 200 minutes. So we're starting to be able to gather info on it. It's not the first year we've talked about it, and he is playing better. I guess what I'm saying is that the Oilers should have an option, and maybe it's Wallman, Stastny, although you're asking a lot of a young player. We're all impressed with Stastny, though, right? We like him?
Yes.
Yeah.
I quite like, his skating ability is fantastic. I think he's a pretty decent little puck mover.
Yeah.
I think there's little untapped, maybe, talent there. He just looks kind of... He surprised me. The Oilers do a really good job at acquiring these under-the-radar guys.
They do. And he's playing 4 minutes a night now against elites. Nurse is at 6. It wouldn't take a lot to kind of tweak that a little bit and share the land a little bit, as the Guess Who said. And a song that was banned in the United States, by the way. They thought it was a communist song.
Really?
Yeah.
They hated those commies. They still do.
So the Guess Who wrote American Woman. All right. So coming up, more of the Roundtable. We're going to talk more on football, I think, NFL, a little bit of basketball. These boys love that. And we have declinations, hi, my name is, about an active hockey player this day.
Maybe. We don't know. No one get attached to that.
Active hockey player coming up at 1:40.
Retired ping ponger.
Marty Reiser. The actual Marty Mauser.
Boy. This is Nerdvana. Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 on YouTube. It's time for an update with Declan Krueger.
The Sports 1440 update.
Brought to you by Custom Floors, Inc. Floors done right for homes or businesses. Visit the new showroom at 11577 149th Street. Now open 6 days a week with Saturday hours from 10 to 2. Or you can visit customfloorsinc.ca and bring your next flooring project to life. World Junior Hockey Championship. Switzerland currently leading Germany 2-0 at the end of the first period. A little bit later on at 2:30, we're going to see Latvia and Denmark. In the NHL today, we have 5 games. It all gets going with 3 games at 5 o'clock. The Devils and Maple Leafs, Canadiens and Panthers, and Hurricanes in Pittsburgh. The late game tonight in the league, we'll see the Philadelphia Flyers in Vancouver to take on the Canucks. 4 games in the NBA today. It all gets going with the 76ers and Grizzlies at 6. You'll also see the Pistons in LA to take on the Lakers at 8:30 and the Kings in LA to take on the Clippers at 9. News from around the sporting world is the Calgary Flames and goaltender Devin Cooley have reached a 2-year contract extension worth $2.7 million. The Dallas Cowboys have released 2-time Pro Bowl cornerback Trayvon Diggs with 1 game to play. According to sources, he signed a 5-year, $97 million contract extension in 2023. Nikola Jokic has been diagnosed with a hyperextended left knee, the team said today, adding that the three-time MVP will be reevaluated in 4 weeks. And New England Patriots star wide receiver Stephon Diggs is facing a felony charge of strangulation and a misdemeanor charge of assault from an alleged December 2nd incident. Diggs, in a statement through his lawyer, has categorically denied the allegations. Up next is Hour 2 of the Lowdown with Lowetide. I'm Declan Krueger, and this has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, Stingray Radio Station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Everyone's a winner during Wish and Win at Wolf GMC Buick. But hurry, it ends January 2nd. Every single customer is guaranteed at least a $500 bonus with a chance to save up to $25,000 towards a new GMC or Buick. At Wolf GMC Buick, we also have 0% financing up to 84 months on most of our popular SUVs and trucks. And we're clearing out remaining 25s, including cash discounts up to $10,000 on a great selection of Sierra HDs. But hurry in now, it ends January 2nd. Wolf GMC Buick, where everyone wins.
Ring in the new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. With special guests Haley Benedict and Morgan Clyburn. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. Hosted by Chris Sheets. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
Seriously, another door knocker? I really want to go solar, but these high-pressure tactics are exhausting.
And their prices are unbelievable. Before we do anything, let's call Great Canadian Solar.
There's a better way to go solar. Great Canadian Solar provides honest advice and fair pricing to save you from overpaying. They're easy to deal with and will never put pressure on you to buy. As a trusted local business for over 15 years, Great Canadian Solar will support you in your solar journey. Visit GreatCanadianSolar.com and call today to get started.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
You matter. Your mental health matters, and you're braver than you think. Not Alone is an organization focused on creating a space of acceptance and support through tough, meaningful conversation. My name is Tyler Smith, and you are never alone. NotAloneCo.com. It's okay to not be okay.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit FountainTire.com today.
Breaking down the fine art of sports, one rep at a time. The Lowdown with Lowetide. Thanks for checking out Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
It's the Lowdown on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. Hurry in for their Wish and Win event with 0% financing for up to 84 months on most SUVs and trucks and clearance pricing on all 2025s. Visit wolfgmcbuick.com. I want to let you know what's going on here in the studio. Sometimes it's hard to tell, and so I want to be very clear. We have declinations coming up at 1:40 today, a active NHL player, but currently, two of the people in this room are waiting for Connor Halley to return with their free lunch they won by betting against the Cleveland Browns.
Easy money. Easy money. Easiest money of my life.
Always bet against the Cleveland Browns. Or sorry, yeah.
Listen, betting against the Cleveland Browns is one thing. Betting for the Saints is kind of another. I mean, credit to you guys. You were right. But
We just looked at their
we
schedule.
just know ball.
And
I
we
don't
know
know
ball.
what to tell you.
You guys might know ball.
Their
Connor tried to
schedule
tell us we didn't know ball.
was a cakewalk.
You guys might know ball. I don't
All
know.
I know is this: I would have, were I you, I would have banked the win, because one of you guys is going to, or both, is going to make a bet and lose, and now you're going to have to trotting off to get the lunch.
Okay, now I hear you, but think about it this way. Connor is buying lunch right now for me and Donovan, probably himself, and also Brandon, because he lost a lunch bet with Brandon about the Fantasy Frenzy Divorce Bowl between the Chargers and the Texans. So he's buying at least 3 lunches right now. If I lose less money in my account than he has today.
But
he's
it's not
spending more money.
related to you, so it's
It
not
doesn't
a victory
matter
for you.
I know that he is spending about $50 on lunch right now, and if I went to go get him lunch, it'd be like 15.
So hurting
less
a
of a
coworker,
financial burden on me.
So hurting a coworker financially has value.
No, I didn't say that, but it doesn't matter. It would be 1 for 1. We'd be 500.
In my mind, why limit yourself to just getting one lunch when you can see if you can get multiple lunches?
That's sort of what I was hoping for. I was hoping you were going to say, well, I beat Connor on the regular. This is the 15th meal he's bought for me. But
speak of the devil,
there
he
we
will
go.
appear.
Now, this is a stand-up guy. He's paying off.
What a guy.
Thanks,
he always
Connor.
pays his debts. Thanks, Connor.
Did you see him spit in the bag? That
I
was
did.
nice. Wow. He didn't.
What a rude guy.
Let's go New Orleans Saints, baby.
The rig says it would be bad asset management if they trade Howard, as O'Reilly is trending to be one of the third-line center they're looking for. Actually, he's not having a great year. Also, you think Nurse plays against elites a lot because the other coach likes that matchup. That's part of it, but it doesn't really work that way. Like it wouldn't be as pronounced. I've followed this for a long time at Puck IQ. So if it was just a matter of line matching, which doesn't happen often, Chris Knobloch's not a big fan of it. But Nurse is getting enough minutes that I'm pretty comfortable saying that it's by design from the Oilers side. That was the sound of rattling paper.
Crinkle, crinkle.
Did we like the football game last night?
It's a great game.
Can I ask a question about the NFL right now? Because a lot of teams that we are talking about as being Super Bowl candidates, not favorites, but candidates, are losing to lesser teams, or at least teams that we would not expect them to lose to. So,
but honestly, like everyone's so good in the NFL.
That's what was my point is.
Yeah.
So, like, and the other side of it is, if you like, let's say you bet 100 units a year on who's going to win the Super Bowl, and you do it on January 1st. Would this be a less confident year for you compared to previous year because of the Chiefs, but also because it seems like there's 5 or 6 teams or more that are different shades of gray in terms of being favorites?
I mean, definitely for me. I think the bigger part of that is for the last 8 years, you would have just bet the Chiefs and you would have felt confident about it.
Yeah.
Like you just don't, even though they didn't win it every year, obviously, and they didn't win it last year and they got killed in the Super Bowl. But you just, like, they were such an easy, obvious pick. And maybe we've kind of been conditioned to that over the last 7-8 years. But no, like right now, there's no team I'm throwing money down on. Am I overly confident? Like, I don't even know who I'm the most confident about anymore. Because it would have been the Rams going into yesterday.
But
then they lose to kind of a hapless Falcon. And again, like, hard to win games in the NFL. Everyone's really good. Those guys get paid to play too. Everyone wants to stay in the league. But like, I honestly don't know who my pick would be right now.
You know what I'm going to say? If MTR is listening right now, I'm going to place money on the San Francisco 49ers.
They were my preseason pick out of the NFC. They were.
I am going to place money on the Niners. And it's not because I believe in them a ton. It's just because I don't know who I believe in. And eventually Kyle Shanahan's got to win one. This is the year where everything's wide open. Eventually that Niners team has to win.
It's honestly a great way to break it down. Like, yeah, everything you just said, I could totally see.
Too early in the cycle for the Patriots, even though they're 13-3.
Yeah. And they haven't beaten enough good teams.
They've beaten one team over 500.
It
was the Bills.
If you're Pittsburgh and the Ravens, who like, which of those two teams is feeling good today? and which is feeling like, damn it all anyway.
I feel like both teams think they can win the game. Like, I don't think either team goes into that game thinking we are so woefully overmatched.
Now, the Steelers, I don't think you can be feeling good based on how that last game ended and your best play. I'm not going to say season on the line, but you're drawing it up for MVS.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't just draw it up for
Browns.
You're not just drawing it up for MVS once. You draw it up for MVS multiple times in a row. Is it 3 times in a row? I think it was 3 times. And like without DK Metcalf, that offense doesn't have any semblance of like it doesn't resemble an offense. It just looks like a team who's going out there to have some fun and play like high school football. I don't know. I don't look good on the Steelers. I think the Ravens are probably.
I think like
there.
I believe what I said. I think both teams feel they can win this game, but I almost think the Steelers have kind of resigned themselves to being like, hey, if we win the division and we just get to the playoffs, that's success, even though I would argue it isn't because it's just been mediocrity for however many years. The Ravens, I think, because of who they have at quarterback, feel like if they get into the playoffs, they can actually make a legitimate run. Now, whether I believe that, probably a little bit different. I'm not sure they can go, like, I don't know. Can they make a AFC championship game? I'd say probably not. Can they maybe win a game playing on home field? I guess. Do I feel that same way about Pittsburgh? Probably not. But going into this game, I think both teams feel they're more than in it. I don't know.
Lance says, I'm all in on the Bears. I think they would be a fun story and a fun team to watch. There's no doubt of that. They're more interesting now than they've been since, Fridge Perry. Like they're fun. They throw the ball down the field.
I think they're too early in the cycle though, too.
Well, could be.
They got some older-ish guys kind of though.
A lot of inexperience though.
Yeah.
Like first year head coach, Caleb Williams, first time in the playoffs.
I heard the craziest stat ever. You ready for this one? This is the first time in his life DJ Moore has been on a team with a winning record. And apparently this is what I heard. Not just the NFL, college and high school as well.
Good God.
Dude, you got to also wonder, like, how did he even make it to the NFL? Just playing on losing teams.
It's also so funny considering this is maybe the most miserable I think anyone's ever seen DJ Moore.
Yeah.
He just looks pissed off every time the camera's panned to him.
Dude, he's got shades of AJ Brown to him.
He kind of does. But like
something about 2-letter ends in J names. They're divas.
Do you know how many prima donnas the Eagles have had at wide receiver over the years? Harold Carmichael was not a prima donna. After that, it kind of went a little. Mike Quick wasn't either.
I kind of love AJ Brown though.
I loved Aguilar. So, AJ Brown, he's a step up from that.
Anybody who pulls out a book to read on the sideline, like that's a baller move.
Going to read this because I think it's brilliant and such a nice piece of news. Rob Shrimp tweeted this out earlier today. Today marks 730 days sober. I've never been proud of myself for much in life. This and being the best dad I can be are 2 things I'm proud of. Wish I would have done it sooner, but as the saying goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. So I just love that, and I love the strength. 730 days sober. Obviously, congratulations, and that's a wonderful story.
That was Rob Shrimp, you said?
Yeah,
that's incredible. Good for him, man.
Well, and that just we always talk about, I remember Shrimp. I was so thrilled the Otis got him. It didn't work out. He didn't have a long career, but he had a career. But, you cheer for these young people and then they slide over to the Islanders on waivers and then you kind of forget about them, but their life obviously goes on. And, he, like a lot of us in life, he had his trials and tribulations and his failures and successes. And I just love that he made that public. And then he's feeling good about himself because I think a lot of us, without any help from anybody else, don't feel great about ourselves. I just find that a very uplifting tweet. So congratulations to Mr. Shrimp, and thank you to Mr. Shrimp for making me feel that way. That's just an outstanding item there.
I've thought about this. Like, I think at some point in my life, I'll go sober.
I drink way less than I did in my 20s and 30s.
Well, yeah, I think that's probably most people, right?
Yeah. And then when Joanne passed away, I stopped drinking. I just had the realization that was not good for me. And I have drinks now, and I think I'm responsible, but I'm also aware that alcohol at the base is a depressant, so I didn't need the help. And I have discovered other things though in the ensuing years that are legal, and Lowetide's having fun out there in the world.
I'll tell you, man, like the decaf cup of coffee I look forward to at the end of the night, it brings me such joy.
You do not imbibe in a lot of things that say Donovan does.
I don't know.
How's that burger?
It was phenomenal, and it wasn't a burger; it was a chicken sandwich.
Okay, wait, hold on. I got another one. Do you guys call it a chicken burger or a chicken sandwich?
Chicken sandwich.
I think it's a chicken burger.
It's a chicken
sandwich.
Chicken sandwich.
What
well, actually, it depends on what it's being cooked as. All right, let's be fair.
Yep.
There are some differences.
That's right. Absolutely.
There are some differences. I think if you're getting grilled chicken and it's on a hamburger bun and you're putting excuse me, that's the sandwich coming back up. If you
show some professionalism,
in the actual hell was that?
It was a hiccup and a burp at the same
Well,
time.
it was a floozer. What the hell? Anyway, go ahead.
Grilled chicken. If you actually, here we go. If it's melted cheese on top, I would say it's a burger. If it's not, it's a sandwich.
Is there any way we can get that sound that we can play over and over again? There was something erupting there. That was like
All the
Mount
who's
St.
down in
Helens.
Whoville, like Christmas a lot.
What did you order?
Also a chicken sandwich, but mine's a spicy chicken sandwich.
Oh, so he went with the.
I just got the classic one, but he got no pickles.
Yeah, I did get no pickles.
What are you doing with the no pickles?
Anybody who knows me knows
Fucked
I
up.
don't like pickles or stuff in.
Do you not like cucumber
in
either?
brines?
So you just don't like life.
I just don't like for whatever reason, I don't like the brine.
Right.
It makes everything just infinitely saltier and stuff.
Okay.
Delicious.
All right. Maybe
so I'm not an
that's-
olives guy. I don't like.
Maybe pickles were the reason that
sauerkraut?
Josh went.
No, I don't like sauerkraut.
Maybe pickles were the reason that Josh went and did that thing, that noise that he made.
No, it's definitely the cherry Coke.
Guys, I can't even lie. I was really hoping Connor would pick me up one, so I didn't feel left out. All good though.
It's too bad. You should have just given him your card like you said you would.
It's all your fault.
Kind of Christmas.
Well, I mean, you have the wherewithal, right? You can go get a chicken burger / sandwich anytime you want.
Chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yes.
saying. All right. Hi, my name is a hockey player today.
No, only because you said it so much. I don't have the athlete yet, but I don't think I'm going to do hockey.
What? So what should we expect? Should we expect Kyrgyzstan ping pong?
That'd be pretty cool. Not a country, I don't think. What'd you just say? Actually, did you say
Kyrgyzstan?
Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Mixing Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan.
Yeah, I was just doing some combination of.
No, I like that. I'm kind of feeling baseball, but here's the thing. I can't tell you guys what the athlete is because you got to work there yourselves.
But we're not asking questions. You're giving us clues.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, that's the one today?
No, you guys are asking questions. Sorry.
I thought he said earlier that he was going to give us clues.
No, someone texted in and said they liked the 21 questions better. So
we live in a society here. I had mentally been preparing.
Society.
Now we got to go to the 21 questions again.
yeah, but you guys have got
that's
that
a
every
good
single
one.
time.
Then I want 25 questions. If we're doing
No,
this.
we haven't even burned.
What do you mean,
We haven't
no?
burned through 20 questions.
Yeah, we
yet.
haven't
Are
even
you,
gone through 20
Josh?
questions.
Whose side are you on there, Burple Hoy?
Quite frankly, I want an easier player today, so Declan's.
Wow.
20. You guys have never taken all 20, and quite frankly, between the three of you, chalking it out, that's all you need.
I don't think we've gone over 15.
No, I don't either. And sometimes we ask ludicrous questions, Josh. Steve from Drumheller says a bun is a burger, bread is a sandy. I think that's probably about right. Although you can have a burger with sandwich bread if you have run out.
And you can have a sandwich with a hamburger bun if you've run out of regular bread.
this has officially become a hot topic on the
Hot
text line.
topics, yeah.
But it also depends on the region you're from. So Popeyes is a Louisiana chicken restaurant. In the South, they do call chicken burgers chicken sandwiches. It's just the fact of the matter.
Did you learn that on Driving Miss Daisy or Forrest Gump?
No, I learned it from Van Lathan.
We also had someone chime in earlier in the show. Jenny is a villain. Jenny is
Yeah,
the
she
villain.
is the villain. What are we talking about?
Yeah, for sure she was.
Jenny was totally a villain.
Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I'll be honest. I've never really looked at it that way. I've only actually seen the movie once.
No, but Jenny
And
was,
I just watched it.
Jenny was,
Dude, she's
we
a
could
terrible
say
person.
Jenny was
She's a
selfish.
It's
She was
been
a selfish person.
It's been a long time since I've watched it. Maybe I need to rewatch it.
Forrest Gump did everything for people. Even the guy who wished he died, Forrest saved him and then hung with him, even though he was an ass.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Forrest was a
Jenny.
great. I don't think he should have won the Academy Award, although Forrest didn't win it.
That was a loaded year.
He
wasn't
won
it?
for acting that year.
Yeah, he said he doesn't think he should have won.
What was the other movie in that year?
Shawshank and Pulp Fiction.
and Pulp Fiction and some animated thing.
Lion King.
Yeah. Damn. That one meme from Lion King is worth an Academy Award.
But
where
you give
he's
it to
throwing
Tim
him off
Robbins, right?
That should have been Jenny. All right.
Jenny.
It should be a meme.
Oh,
There should be
Jenny.
every year meme of the year for the Academy Awards.
They
There
have
you go.
podcast of the year at the Golden Globes now.
Really?
Call Her Daddy was nominated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, we could get there if you jack-o'-lantern stayed on point.
We're a radio show.
Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube.
I'm Grant Fedork from Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and sadly, some people think orthotics are just glorified shoe cushions. But I've seen a runner drop 8 minutes off her marathon, a grandmother ditch her painkillers, and a 12-year-old nail her long jump, all thanks to custom foot orthotics. So if your feet are screaming for help, flat, high, or funky, that pain's heading to your knees, hips, even your lower back, our professionals will assess you and, if indicated, custom fabricate a pair of orthotics made just for you. Happy feet make a happy person. Feet shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
Welcome 2026 with a bang at Rogers Place. It's the Oil Kings New Year's Day fireworks frenzy.
Your Edmonton Oil Kings look to take down their arch rivals, the Red Deer Rebels.
It's a special 2 p.m. New Year's Day puck drop featuring a spectacular on-ice fireworks display after the game.
Plus, score Kelmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. The value is king-sized.
Oil Kings Fireworks Frenzy, Thursday at 2. Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20.
Save on day of game pricing now at oilkings.ca.
Excavators, loaders, lifts, compaction equipment, and more. Find the XCMG construction equipment you need. Available for rental or sale at Japa Machinery Group. Japa, helping build Alberta from the ground up for 50 years. Visit japamachinery.com.
Do you sit around at work listening to sports radio all day? That's right, my friend. There's no shame in it. It's the good life. And we're not here to snitch. Say, if your company advertised on Sports 1440, you could be the one listening for your company's ad every day. Now you've got an excuse to listen to Sports 1440 all day. It's part of the job. Sounds like someone's getting a promotion. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca and let's get to work for you.
Vinny and Don in Hockey are dedicated to skill development for all hockey players. If you know a student athlete interested in growing as a person and a player, register for a free shadow day. Beginner or experienced, this program develops a student athlete skill in a supportive environment. It's a great opportunity for prospective student athletes entering grades 3 through 12 to see what Vimy and Donnan have to offer. Visit vimyridge.epsb.ca or donnan.epsb.ca for more info and to sign up.
I'm getting McDonald's. You want anything?
Oh, yeah. I'll get well, I'm obviously going to get the McVeggie, medium fries and a medium fountain drink for $9.99. It's my favorite meal and it's new. Plus, if I get that, maybe he'll want it too. And then he'll always thank me for introducing him to the McVeggie. I'll be a hero.
So, McVeggie fries and drink?
How'd you know?
You were thinking out loud again. Get yourself a McVeggie meal for just $9.99 plus tax for a limited time only at participating McDonald's restaurants.
Subaru is built for winter. Symmetrical all-wheel drive delivers power with incredible control, stability, and grip.
Add 220 millimeters of ground clearance, and you're not getting stuck in snowbanks. You'll drive right through them. And inside, luxurious heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Plus, for 19 years in a row, Subaru vehicles have earned top safety pick status, giving you unmatched peace of mind. Subaru is engineered for Canadian winters, built for real-life confidence. Welcome to Uncommon Standards.
Here's the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Sports 1440 brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. Check them out. The Wish and Win event is on right now at wolfgmcbuick.com. I'm what they call in the industry stalling because Donovan is finishing up his sandwich and having a drink of...
I haven't even started my sandwich, actually.
Cherry Coke, was it? Or did you have fries or something?
Yeah, yeah, the fries are just about done.
So you don't eat a fry, then have a drink of or a bite of your hamburger?
No, I am. I've always been kind of weird that way.
No,
I
don't think it's weird. I just think it's people are different, right?
Yeah, I guess that's probably a good way of putting it. But I have always sort of been one of those people who I don't drink a ton while I'm actually eating.
Mm-hmm.
I usually like to save my drink for the end.
Right.
Most of it for the end.
And then you eat your fries, and then you eat your chicken sandwich burger.
I always go in order of what's my least favorite thing to my favorite thing.
Right. Okay.
Regardless of what I'm eating.
Karen, who is my wife, a recent example, I took her to Keg for her birthday on the weekend, and she has a thing where she'll have a piece, like it's cut off a little bit of steak, then she puts some horseradish on, then a little bit of like maybe the salad or whatever, and then a little potato on top. So it's like a little house of food, including all of the elements, which I find unusual, but I do not pass judgment on it.
My mom can't eat food. Like, when the people who are food can't be touching.
Yes.
She's one of those people.
Right. It's never. There's a border there.
There is invisible barrier
Yeah.
where no food can cross said barrier. So you have just like one thing is taking up the one corner of the plate. Let's say the carrots are on the one corner, the potatoes are on the other corner, and then the turkey's just kind of floating on the other side.
But it doesn't touch anything.
But it doesn't touch anything, because if it touches anything, then that food becomes, I don't know what it is in her mind, but maybe it's contaminated, maybe it's but that's
the only thing
so
I really
funny.
object to is when people they give you would you like a sandwich, and then they cut it weird. I don't like that.
I've actually never understood the cutting of the sandwich.
What's the right way to cut the sandwich?
You cut it long way.
Are we talking like diagonally?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the right way to cut a sandwich.
Right.
I never cut my sandwich.
You like a grilled cheese. I know why you wouldn't cut that, because it could get mooky. But if it's like a BLT,
Wait, you don't cut your grilled cheese?
No.
But how can you admire the cheese pull if you don't cut your grilled cheese?
Comes out flying. It's so good.
But if you cut it through the middle,
I love grilled cheese sandwiches, man. So good.
Looks like an accordion.
Yeah, I just don't cut sandwiches, period.
See, that's an insane move.
I got to say, of all the things we've talked about here, that's the most outrageous.
No. Okay.
Why don't you like this?
That's the second worst thing you can do to a sandwich is not cut it. The worst thing you can do is like you cut the bread, but you have the flat part on one end and you have the curvy part up top.
Totally right. And the crust is just, don't even talk to me about it.
Wait, you don't eat crust either?
No, I would eat the
children.
I would no, but the crust I would have.
Actually,
the crust,
he has
I
to
would.
eat crust.
I'd put peanut butter on it and just have the crust alone. But I wouldn't put it in the sandwich because it doesn't match. It's just an outlier. It's a different thing.
How long have you not been eating crust?
I eat crust. I just eat them one at a time. My whole life, I don't think I've ever had to, unless I could save the first crust and the last crust and put them together. Then they match.
My good. Wait, hold on.
I do not like a sandwich that has one real piece of bread.
No,
and a
okay,
crust.
that's not. Those are the end pieces. That's not. I mean, I get it. It is like crust, but I thought we were talking about like
garbage.
You had your mom cut the crusts off of your sandwiches for you when you were a kid. Then you got your wife to do it.
Do not
Then you got
like
your daughter
the
to do
last
it. Now you
and
get
the-
Karen to do it.
The last and first pieces of bread in a loaf of bread, I call crusts. To hell with them.
The Fenwick loves those. He loves a half crust sandwich.
I would eat it alone, but not as part of a sandwich because it doesn't even line up. You got a little bit of your meat and your cheese and gloop.
But it's
and
sort of perfect because it's a smaller piece, right? So that's where you put your sauces.
No, come on. How often do you use sauces?
Mustard?
No,
Mayo?
that's not. Mustard is like, that's important.
It's a universal condiment. What the hell are we doing?
This has gone unbelievably off.
Best mustard is Dijon, followed by French's. Can we agree with that?
I can't say I eat a lot of mustard.
Okay, of course not.
I prefer mustard to ketchup.
Ketchup is for fries.
Ketchup is for fries. It's not for grilled cheese, despite
Totally.
what everyone out there
it's definitely
said.
not for grilled cheese or
Tomatoes
mac and
soup is
cheese.
for grilled cheese.
Exactly. Maybe with some hot dogs. Sam, if you're listening, shout out.
This morning, I do several things at the beginning of the day. Go to the washroom, cup of coffee, brush my teeth, and then I look at the NHL standings. Now, I know in points percentage, the Oilers are not in first, but in actual points after 40 games, they're in first place in the Pacific. What are the odds? What are the chances? How close do you feel the Edmonton Oilers are to winning the division for the first time since 1987 when your parents didn't know each other?
It's true. My parents wouldn't have known each other.
Yeah, my parents would have had no idea.
So, do you think they can do it?
No.
Wow.
I do.
I do too.
I do. I think the Ducks are, not to say they're a ticking time bomb in the sense of they're going to collapse totally.
Ducks like that.
But I feel like the Ducks they feel like a wild card team to me.
Yeah. And the Vegas Golden Knights, their goaltending is like, you know, I like the Vegas Golden Knights as a team. I like watching them as a team, and they do a lot of things really well. But they and I like their coach, but like their save percentages are, you know, Schmidt is at 900, but Hill's at 888, 883 for Carter Hart, and Lindbaum is at 870. So they're sort of another version of the Oilers, and they don't like they have Eichel and they have Marner.
They have 3 games in hand.
Yeah, no, I know they
Thanks,
could pass
PP,
them,
to
but
Cat for that.
I just don't think Vegas is like the Stanley Cup Vegas, like the Vegas team that won the Stanley.
I agree.
But you don't need to be a Stanley Cup contender to waltz your way into accidentally winning your division, you know?
I just look at this team and I think they lost too much.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that Mitch Marner signing made them lose too much, but you look at what they've had to get rid of over the last couple of years and what they had to get rid of, especially last year. Like Hag was a big one for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you lose Pietrangelo for the whole year. You look at that defense and it doesn't scare me at all, frankly. Like I know Theodore's not playing right now, but even with Theodore, I look at this blue line and say, it's okay. It's not great. I look up front and I see a lot of guys who aren't doing anything right now. Their bottom six is almost, it's not in as big a shambles as the Oilers' bottom six, but like their bottom six is in shambles.
And they had a hell of a fourth line the year they won the Stanley, and they don't now.
Yeah. Brandon Saad has done nothing this year. Colton Sissons has done nothing. King Golsar doesn't have a goal.
Well, the highlight for Sissons was when he was on our trivia contest.
Yes.
Yeah. Not a great year for him.
Brett Howden, good player. I like Howden, but Riley Smith, it's the back nine for you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's, he's been there a long time. Wanted to bring this up. We got a little minute. Earlier this week, I gave an assignment to Declan.
Oh, good Lord.
And young Josh, and they balked at it. And so I'm going to include all three of you. I would like a report on Friday, if I could.
No.
On why the Green Bay Packers are so good at drafting quarterbacks and have been for decades, and no other team does the same thing, which is draft a good quarterback and have him back up for a couple of years and then emerge as the starter. Why can't the Cleveland Browns get their head around that idea? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. The bit's kind of lost its luster a little bit. Like,
I'm asking because I want to know, not to carry a bit forward. I've carried many bits forward. That's not a surprise to you. I am genuinely curious. You guys are the giant foreheads of NFL football for me. So tell me why can't, what's the,
like, there's a reason one team's done it in 30 years. It's tough to do.
but I'm not even taught. You keep thinking that I'm asking for a Hall of Famer. I'm just asking for a reasonable plan for the next man up. And why can't Cleveland do that? We're going to get rid of this guy who's pretty good, and we're going to get a guy who's overpaid and not very good. They're always doing that. Why can't they come up with a plan where you draft a guy, you have him percolate and matriculate for 2 years, and then he becomes a starter or not? Maybe he's not the starter. Maybe it's the next guy you bring in. Why can't they do that?
Well, to be fair, when they brought in Deshaun Watson, he was coming off like a top 5 MVP finish
2 years before that.
They thought they had him. Yeah, obviously off the injury as well. It's two opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, it's the worst of the worst and the best of the best. And the reality is those two are the opposite ends of the spectrum, and they don't, suggest the mean or the average. The average is somewhere in the middle. The Browns have done it about as poorly as possible. There's no question about that. The Packers have done it as well as possible. There's no question about that.
Let's take it outside of that then. Let's go to Minnesota, to the Vikings. Everybody hates their quarterback.
J.J. McCarthy, who sat behind Sam Darnold, who is now the only quarterback in NFL history to win 12-plus games with 2 different teams in 2 years.
So did the Vikings, did they spend some time with him and develop him?
J.J. McCarthy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think going into the season, this big selling point behind J.J. McCarthy was that every week he and Kevin O'Connell were meeting so they could talk about the offense and what J.J. saw versus what KOC saw and all these things. And then guess what? He's had, I guess he's had, one good quarter of football, and that was the 4th quarter in game 1 of the NFL season.
He's come on
to look a little better.
But-
He's looking better.
But what I'm saying is McCarthy is the guy that I want, because you bring him in, and if you play him early and when he's not ready, he's going to look like hell. But don't give up on him. That's my point, is that draft a guy. You don't have to put him right in the lineup because he's probably going to fail. But why can't, teams, because if you look around the league, there's a lot of guys who failed somewhere and now they're a success. Why don't you just let them fail with you and then become a success with you?
Do you think maybe we could use a whiteboard marker on that mirror there, so on Friday we can really break it down as to why that doesn't work?
Well, some organizations are just bad. Like, there's a reason that Sam Darnold failed with the Jets.
Is it because the owner changes the management too much, or he chooses the wrong guy?
I think it's because of the owner. I think it's top down.
It's the same reason that the Vancouver Canucks are a tire fire and have been for the last, since they went to the Stanley Cup final.
Right.
Like, you look at the ownership, and if ownership, there's a sweet spot for me in sports where you want the owners involved, but you don't want them too involved.
Right.
You don't want Steve Ballmer.
Yes, and when the owner gets too involved, you reach a point where they're making all these weird decisions and you see just a total debacle. And now it comes from the owner. And then when the owner's dysfunctional, then it's going to leak into other areas of your organization. And then you get to these positions where you have a Sam Darnold who fails with the Jets. And then he goes and, finds himself again, maybe in a Kyle Shanahan offense in a backup role. And then he gets, a chance again and finds his game.
So let me ask you a question, and I'll end it here, and you never have to talk about this again. I won't bring it up again. So the key to the Jets turning around from where they are now is getting a new owner.
It's up there.
It definitely help.
It would really help.
I think another thing that's worth mentioning is, like, listen, the NFL makes $1 billion a week, and fan bases get restless. And when you're so bad year after year after year, and when you draft a quarterback or you bring someone in or who's kind of pitched to be the guy who's going to turn the team around, and it doesn't work, you don't really have time to just throw another year away. Like, you have to try and do what you can to make it work as quick as possible. Now, obviously, in regard to the Browns and to the Jets, it hasn't. And it's just gotten worse, but you have to at least, try to make that the case.
And I think for these bad teams, the hardest thing in sports, truthfully, is evaluating, is it the quarterback's fault or whose fault is it? Because sometimes the quarterback is just bad. And
sometimes the backup quarterback comes in, like in Green Bay, and he's been a cast off from elsewhere, and he looks like $1 million.
Yes,
that's an effect of Tennessee being terrible.
That's an effect of
Green Bay being good at developing and putting quarterbacks in good positions.
Exactly, and you can paint it back to Sam Darnold. Did they maybe cast him off too quick? Maybe, but he also gets to go to a Kyle Shanahan offense. He gets to learn, how Kyle Shanahan views him and all this stuff, and he gets to sit back in that Niners wonderful system, and then he gets to go to Kevin O'Connell, another wonderful system. Sometimes guys just need to go to a system where the coach fits them, the ownership is strong and quality. Like, there's so many factors that go into how you evaluate a player and lets a player become themselves. Like, there's a reason that the Jets are a quarterback graveyard. There's a reason that the Browns are a quarterback graveyard. It's just they have such dysfunction on every level of their organization.
So if my grandchild in the future, Lowetide Jr.,
Lowetide the third,
gets drafted by the New York Jets, I tell him, don't sign. Get traded like Elway, because you're going to go there and it'll ruin your life.
Well, they might be good at that point. You never know.
You do never know. It's a little, I think it's a little too simple to say it's all ownership, but
it's also too simple to say they should just get an okay quarterback and draft a quarterback and let him sit for a few years.
So I can't have you answer this now because we have to take a break. But how much of this conversation applies to Daryl Cates?
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube.
During Wish and Win at Wolf GMC Buick. But hurry, it ends January 2nd. Every single customer is guaranteed at least a $500 bonus with a chance to save up to $25,000 towards a new GMC or Buick. At Wolf GMC Buick, we also have 0% financing up to 84 months on most of our popular SUVs and trucks. And we're clearing out remaining 25s, including cash discounts up to $10,000 on a great selection of Sierra HDs. But hurry in now, it ends January 2nd. Wolf GMC Buick, where everyone wins.
The Hockey Super League is proud to launch its 9th season, delivering independent, borderless hockey. This year, over 125 teams will compete across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and for the first time ever, Colorado, USA, which showcase style action, cross-province rivalries, and a strong commitment to player development. The HSL is the premier destination for families seeking balance and athletes chasing the next level. The Hockey Super League. Hockey without limits. For athletes born in 2013 to 2018, visit hockeysuperleague.com to learn more.
Actions speak louder than words. Japa Machinery Group puts your construction plan into action with XCMG construction machinery you need. Available for rental or sale. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
Every lunchtime, hang with Lowetide. Weekdays from noon to 2 on Sports 1440. Lowetide and Declan Krueger gives you the deep dives, sharp analysis, and Edmonton sports talk done right. Your game, your station, Sports 1440.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Get ready, Edmonton. Glow Christmas Festival returns to light up the Edmonton Expo Center from December 4th to 31st with dazzling activities for the entire family. Wander the glowing trails, meet Santa in his sleigh, and shop from over 30 local artisans and vendors with handcrafted gifts and holiday treasures, perfect for everyone on your list. Get your tickets and learn more about what's on this season by visiting the calendar of events at edmontonexpocenter.com today.
Across rural Alberta, volunteers and community groups work hard to make life better for their neighbors, creating new playgrounds, better rinks, and gathering places that bring us together. Vision Credit Union is proud to lend these local heroes a helping hand. Apply today for a Helping Hand grant up to $10,000 to support your community's next big idea. Let's make great things happen together. Applications are open until January 31st, 2026. Learn more at whatsyourshare.ca.
Here's the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 for Wolf GMC Buick. Check them out at wolfgmcbuick.com. A wonderful job on Twang Tuesday by my friend Declan, who's really
Embraced it.
playing the great country music. Appreciate it.
I think I honestly just rotate the same like 7 or 8.
Doesn't matter. They're really good, and I like them all.
I
So
appreciate that.
time for Declinations brought to you by Elks Nation. Check out the new website, elksnation.ca. Article, podcast, more breaking down the green and gold. There's trades going on, releasing quarterbacks. Oh my, the most in-depth Double E football coverage online, elksnation.ca. And with that, we all turn our screens to something non-live. We put our phones away.
Alejandro Kirk's triple, baby.
Did he have one?
He did.
Wow. One?
Yeah, one.
In 2024.
There you go. He's still running it out. All right. It's time for Declinations. Hi, my name is ...
Right. We have the first question.
Yes. Do we want to just...
Well, it's usually Josh who asks it.
Oh, actually, sorry. I'll give you guys this hint. He's retired.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I have to burn a question on
That's
that.
two hints.
Okay. Does this player play on grass?
No.
Does this player play on ice in North America?
No.
Basketball player.
Took it to the wheel.
Oh,
Was that a
Wait, what?
NASCAR reference?
No, sorry. I meant like I took it to the wheel of like sport generator.
he was spinning in a wheel.
Oh.
I had to do this while he was
I
doing
was
it.
like, NASCAR?
Yeah.
F1? Where
Yeah,
are we going?
That comment was a little.
Tony
Oh.
Stewart, the day he drove over that guy.
I was
Oh,
going to
hold
say, Dale Earnhardt.
Does this player play in one of the big 4 sports leagues?
Yes.
Okay, so it is basketball.
It is little B-ball.
Is this Dr. J?
No, good
Okay.
guess though.
Has this player been retired since 2010?
No.
Okay.
So now we ask the questions about has he primarily played on a team that is, how did we ask it?
We asked in a conference, did this player primarily play in the Western Conference or something? Did this player primarily play in the Western Conference?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it's about a state.
Honestly, this is a cool player who I picked. I'm not even gonna lie.
What did we say? Like, is this a state that has more
Has
than
this player played, was his primary team in a state that has more than one team in it?
Okay, I got to think about. Yeah, I'll say yes, because I think you guys would most know this player for a team in a state that matches that.
one? Okay.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, he was Western?
Yes.
So,
Western Conference.
Texas, the Texas teams,
Yeah.
California teams.
California. So I'm assuming this is a
Yeah,
Laker.
this is Texas or California.
Right. So we can exclude the Supersonics,
Sonics are in fact defunct. Yeah.
the Nuggets,
Thunder gone. Grizzlies
Timberwolves.
gone. T-Wolves gone.
Jazz.
Jazz gone. Suns gone.
So Texas and California mostly, maybe?
So we're looking at the Lakers, the Clippers, the Kings, Rockets, Spurs, Mavericks.
So we can get rid of the Kings and the Clippers because who cares?
Well, let's. Does this gentleman have a ring?
Yes.
All right. So that knocks out the Clippers organization. Did this player play in Texas?
Yes.
Okay. So it could be David Robinson.
Nope. Can't be David Robinson. He retired. This player retired after 2010.
Okay.
For my first question.
Could be Tim
Or
Duncan.
second. I like that, and I like Dirk Nowitzki as well.
He said it was a fun player. Is there anybody fun?
Dirk is really fun.
That seems like a Declan type of play.
I don't know if he was fun as a player. It was a fun like choice.
It was a fun pick.
Oh, so the name
Dirk
is
Nowitzki
fun,
is
maybe.
is a fun pick.
And it's a fun name.
Best
too.
ring in NBA history. Let's narrow it. Did this player win an MVP?
No.
All right. So no Tim Duncan, no Dirk Nowitzki.
Damn, my guess was gonna be: has this player transitioned into having a movie role?
So let's see. So that knocks out all of the Spurs, basically. Or all the good players from the Spurs. Good players, quote unquote, good players. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu.
Parker was good.
Parker was really good. They're gone. Vince doesn't have a ring. He played on the Mavericks. Ooh.
Could we ask something like, did he ever get traded to the Lakers?
Oh,
Do we just want to ask positionally?
Yeah, all right. Does this player play a forward position?
Yes.
All right. Small forward power. All right, so that knocks out. God. Who's been on the since 2010? Won a ring. Played most of the big parts of his career in Texas.
I think he's helping himself.
I think he is too.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here thinking about my lovely cherry Coke.
It's really good. The cherry Coke is really good. How many
yeah.
questions are we at?
11.
Dr. Pepper's good too.
Dr. Pepper is really good. That's the OG. That's a good one. Oh my good God.
So he retired after 2010.
Yes.
God. Has this player been retired since 2020?
Has he been retired since 2020? Yeah.
Or like he retired before 2020?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dwight Howard off the board. Texas teams. Oh God. Retired. Won a ring.
Did we ask if it was a Texas team?
Yeah.
Never won an MVP. Oh, wait. Hold on. This did not knock out Manu Ginobili or Tony Parker. Has this player won more than 3 rings?
No.
Now it knocks out Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili.
How many teams has this gentleman played for?
Yes or no questions.
Wait, that doesn't count against our total.
No, you're right. But the clock is ticking. The time's running.
I'm aware.
It's because I
Has
talked
this
a lot.
gentleman played for more than 3 teams?
Yes.
So then it's somebody who was a star and then had a journeyman quota.
It's possible. Or was a journeyman star like we're looking at a Liberty Gibbet. God, I feel like I have to burn more questions. Forward. On those teams. Did this player make the NBA top 75?
I don't think so. Let me check. No, they didn't.
All right. Damn.
How's the weather over there, Al?
Pardon me?
How's the weather over there?
It's really nice, very pleasant.
Lord.
I'm staring at my coffee. I may take a drink. I don't know the players. So.
I've got no clue.
Good shout. Has this player ever played with LeBron James?
No.
Damn. Man played with everybody. How many questions am I at?
15.
Okay. Did this player play the Western Conference team that we'd know this player for? Was it the Spurs?
No.
Was it the Mavericks?
No.
All right, so it was the Rockets.
Do we know that for sure?
Yeah, because there's only 3 teams in Texas.
All you asked was that if he played on a Texas team.
Did he spend his primary years of his career?
Nope.
Don't say the word.
I know. Okay, now it's time to look at the Lakers. Oh, wait, I got it. Are you Pau Gasol?
Yes. I am Pau Gasol.
I asked. I said, we're sure.
And he did play on the Spurs.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was primary. That's my bad.
Yeah. You guys glommed onto that hard, but what a great pull.
But having said that, Declan did give us a qualifier that helped us or helped you.
Yeah, helped you.
Cool player. Yeah, that's true.
Did anyone on the text line get this?
I think next week we should do a baseball player to help out Donovan and I.
I was going to do a baseball player, and then I took it to the random sports wheel generator.
Well, I hate the random sports wheel generator with all my soul.
Giving
Peja Stojakovic.
Yeah.
Great.
Basketball, it's a tough scene.
Did you know Dr. Pepper was meant to be served hot?
That can't be right.
Is that true?
No, I don't think
Like
so.
medicine?
You know, if we're going to do NBA, can we throw in a Kurt Rambis once in a while?
Hey, that's a good show.
That'd be a good
Because
one.
I could like I'm like, you know, wore funny glasses, played for the Lakers. I'm there.
What year did he retire?
Like Kurt Rambis, 89. I don't know. 92.
95.
Here's a question from Large Farva. Are we okay with Mark Stone over Zach Hyman if Hockey Canada goes that way?
They're both really good players. I mean, Stone's speed is always a concern, but he seems to be able to get to places. I love Hyman. I would always vote for him. I'm just a big fan of that guy. I love watching him play. I will say that Zach Hyman is as much fun watching hockey as any Oilers winger has been since Yari Curry. That's how much I love him. I love Zach Hyman as a player. Just will not give up on pucks. He's determined. He's like one of my favorite non-Oilers is Jean-Pierre Pajot. Is it Pierre? J.P. Pajot? I love him as a player. Yeah, one of my favorites. And he has the same kind of style. He just will not give up on plays. Will block
J.G.
any-
Pajot, you mean?
Yeah, I love him.
Sean Gabriel Pajot?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't remember his name, but I love him. But I remember when he would like block shots and he'd have broken legs all summer. And that's the guy I like. I like those players. It's been a while since I said his name, so small error.
Here's a text from Brennan. Hyman doesn't have enough skill for Team Canada. He would be, I think this is some auto-correcting, the Rob Klinkhammer of Team Canada.
Well, I would push back on that. But if they choose Stone, are we upset? I don't think we are we?
No. I mean, I think either player's a win. Rob Zammer. I chose Rob Klinkhammer because I love Rob Klinkhammer.
He was traded here for, I think in the Perron trade, maybe? I can't remember.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we're out of here with our trivia and our knowledge, and we'll be back tomorrow. Kevin McCurdy will be joining us. We'll be teeing up the Boston Bruins game. On the way, Jason Krueger to talk about last night and the Oilers' goaltending riches. Thanks for tuning in. Please enjoy your day.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Brought to you by meals.loca.ca. Dinner just got a whole lot easier and tastier. Head to meals.loca.ca, select the number of chef-crafted meals you'd like to eat, then get them delivered to your door every Sunday for as low as $10 per serving. Heat, eat, and repeat. Meals.loca.ca. World Junior Hockey Championship score. Switzerland leading Germany 4-0 at the end of the second period. Coming up in about half an hour's time, we will see Denmark and Latvia in the NHL. 5 games today, 3 games at 5, including the Devils, Maple Leafs, Canadiens, Panthers, and Hurricanes, Penguins. The late game today will see the Philadelphia Flyers in Vancouver to take on the Canucks. 4 games in the NBA, Philadelphia and Memphis, Boston and Utah, and Detroit and the LA Lakers. The late game today in the league, we'll see the Sacramento Kings in LA as well to take on the Clippers. News around the sporting world is the Flames and goaltender Devin Cooley have reached a 2-year contract extension with an AAV of $1.35 million. The Cowboys have released 2-time Pro Bowl quarterback Trayvon Diggs with 1 game to play. He signed a 5-year, $97 million contract extension in 2023. Nikola Jokic has been diagnosed with a hyperextended left knee, the team said today, adding that the 3-time MVP will be reevaluated in 4 weeks. And Patriots wide receiver Steph Diggs is facing a felony charge of strangulation and a misdemeanor charge of assault from an alleged incident on December 2nd. In a statement through his lawyer, he categorically denied the allegations. Up next is the Jason Krueger Show. I'm Declan Krueger. This has been a Sports 1440 update.